sophisticated woman is disciplined. Disciplined does not mean perfection. Discipline simply means trying to put your best foot forward every day. Hello lovely feminine women, and welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy that you continue to watch my videos during these hard times. Speaking of hard times, I am sending you my love and I am sending you my prayers. I hope that you and your family are doing okay and you are remaining resilient and healthy through these hard times. If you happen to stumble upon this video, please consider hitting the red subscribe button and joining our community of feminine women who like to embrace homemaking. A large majority of us, if not all of us, are staying at home. We are staying quarantined and safe in our homes. However, a lot of us are on this plight, on this journey to develop our femininity, as well as to live a more polished and sophisticated life. Just because we are out of the public eye, it doesn't mean that we shouldn't strive for these principles at home. I do not think that you need to be perfect in your home. I think that you can have a sense of relaxation. However, I'm going to provide you with some tips on how you can live your best leveled up life at home while still remaining comfortable. So without further ado, let's get to the first section, which is your look. Basically, what you wear and how you present yourself at home. I have noticed that there is a lot of talking down about yoga pants. And if you do not like yoga pants, please do not take it as me saying that your belief that you do not like those things is wrong. We are all entitled to our own opinion. But a lot of us in this time are dealing with loss of family members and friends, as well as job status or current schooling situation. And I did have a therapist tell me this when I was going through bouts of depression. She said that there's no reason for me to feel down about myself if yoga pants or pajamas are the best thing going for me at the time. Your life might be crumbling around you, and if wearing your pajamas and your yoga pants gives you a sense of comfort and happiness, and it's the best thing going for you in this time, please do not stop doing that. What I want to encourage you to do instead is to actually add an element of balance. If you are going to stay in your pajamas and your yoga pants and your casual loungewear, try elevating your makeup. Try wearing some dainty jewelry, some earrings, a little bracelet, a little necklace, some rings. Try to make the rest of your appearance look a little bit more polished. I also encourage you to actually go the same color for all of your pajamas and your loungewear. This is going to give you a sophisticated allure, and it is going to help you look more put together. I also think that if you want to get dressed up, but you still want to feel comfortable in your home, incorporating cardigans and incorporating silky robes is an excellent way to infuse that comfort. The next thing I want to talk to you about is your beauty routine, your beauty regimen, and this also goes with the aspect of feeling comfortable, what I was talking about loungewear before. If you do not want to do your hair perfect every single day, incorporating little hair accessories or headbands to keep your hair out of your face is a great way to look polished and put together at home. I think it's also an excellent time to refresh your hair, to let your hair and your face rest a little bit. So try finding those hairstyles that are casual, but they still look put together. Another thing with your skin, for me actually, I have been downplaying the makeup at home and it has done wonders on my skin. I have been using all of the beauty products that I want to use in terms of my skincare routine, and I am only putting just a little bit of mascara, a little bit of lip gloss, and sometimes my eyebrows, just because I'm a blonde person and I have a lot of pale features. Take this time to really take care of your body. Take care of your nails, dry brush your body, give yourself an at-home pedicure. I've talked about before how the feminine is very in tune with her body. You want to be aware of your body and your senses, and one of the easiest ways that we can incorporate this in our life is through our beauty routine. You have the extra time now, and trust me, it is going to pay off. Another thing is a lot of us are obsessed with kind of like this fake beauty. You know, the eyebrows, the eyelash, eyelash extensions, the highlights, the hair dye. Take this opportunity to rediscover your natural beauty features. I've had friends who were, for example, blondes or redheads, and then they felt ashamed of their hair color and their features when they were in high school, so they dyed things on their face. And they also changed the color of their hair. However, as they grew older and they let themselves have a natural phase, they actually rediscovered the love for their own natural features. So I encourage you to look at this aspect positively, not to dwell on the fact that you can't go get those beauty treatments, but to take it as an opportunity to see what you look like underneath all of it. And trust me, it's probably not as bad as you think. Pinterest is a great place for DIY beauty treatments at home, face mask, hair oils, as well as learning how to massage your face and massage your scalp. So I would highly encourage you to use that resource to kind of play around with your beauty and use the ingredients that you have at home so that you don't have to step outside of your home to buy some expensive beauty products. Going off of that, I talked a little bit about body, but I want to wrap it up with the body, and I want to encourage you to discover new forms of exercise. I have been walking for several years. I enjoy walking. However, it's rainy outside now because it's spring. So another thing that I enjoy is doing a ballet bar as well as Pilates classes on my phone. I have an app. I will link it down below. You could do yoga if that is something that interests you. I do not do yoga anymore just because of my religion. But if you are open to that, or you are open to stretching, I would highly encourage you to explore those avenues. Give yourself some mini exercise goals. You don't have to feel the pressure to turn yourself into a Barbie doll body, but take the time to maybe work on those parts of your body that you maybe want a little bit of refinement. For example, your abs or your calves. You have the extra time now, so I would encourage you to do it. The polished woman takes account of everything that she could potentially improve on her body. Not for the purpose of perfection, but for the purpose of gratitude and improvement. The next thing I want you to consider to feel more polished at home has to do with scent. Scent is an aspect that we kind of often overlook. It is a large part of sensuality, and sensuality is so tightly linked with femininity. Many of us are homemakers, or maybe you are just discovering elements of homemaking because you are stuck at home. You can try baking something new every day to practice, but it's also going to have the added benefit that it's going to make your house smell dreamy. You could also look again on Pinterest for potpourri recipes that you can incorporate with ingredients that you already have around your home. If you can incorporate some fresh flowers, if you can put fresh flowers around your home, I would encourage you to do so. I have some fake flowers here because the store closest to me is no longer selling flowers currently, but if you have access to that, I think that it is worth the little splurge. Now, don't forget yourself. Wear your favorite perfume every single day, even if you are just lounging around the house, or if you have some essential oils. I like to rub some essential oils on my neck as well as right here, and I find that it just elevates my mood. It's going to give you that finishing touch when you are getting ready every single day, and it's going to help you feel more polished. Now, the next thing to do is to consider your space, consider your surroundings. The sophisticated woman likes to live in a clean and organized space. Now, this also comes back to my initial point of not being too hard on yourself. Many people have children, many people have other people that live with them, or dogs. You do not have to have a perfect home at all times, but it's simply taking that hour or that 40 minutes to clean up your space. I have a podcast that I've been listening to forever, and it's called Clean Your Space, that I'm going to link down below, and she talks for about 40 minutes to an hour, and you can just go around your house and pick things up. Many of us are going through a lot of anxiety, and for me, and it might help you, but I find that calming my anxiety can be done through using my hands. For example, deep cleaning my home. Clean in those drawers, clean in those corners, behind the sofa, under the sofa, between the sofa, whatever, you get the purpose. But deep cleaning your house is going to help you feel more put together, which is going to help you feel more polished, but more importantly, more sophisticated. I also encourage you, if you have the time, to make designated spaces in your home. spaces, for example, for reading, spaces for relaxing. That way, as you move throughout the day, you are going to have different areas, and it's going to create a new environment, and it's going to help you transition your mood. It's going to give you a little bit of structure in your day. Many of us are homemakers, and I encourage you to actually take this time to explore new cleaning routines. I've talked about this in one of my previous videos, but Pinterest, again, I know I'm harping about Pinterest, but they have excellent tools that help you try new cleaning routines. The sophisticated woman is disciplined. Disciplined does not mean perfection. Discipline simply means trying to put your best foot forward every day. I've also talked about this for everybody in the audience who is Christian, but I'm sure it applies to all other faiths. But we are not called to idleness. If you do not have a homemaking schedule or structure for your day, please consider incorporating that, because the last thing you want to do is to fall into idleness. Another way you can do this, in addition to designated spaces, but is to vary your ambiance. In the morning, open up the shutters, open up the windows, let the air come in. But in the evening, perhaps dim the lights, light some candles, create a date night dinner. My husband and I have been doing that almost every single day. I have created more of a formal dinner for us to have together to kind of wind down in the evening. We cannot have a video on sophistication, on being polished, on talking about being refined without addressing your behavior. We are kind of cooped up with many different people, and some of you are with a lot of your different family members. One thing that I encourage you to do is to save the controversial issues for another day. If you really feel the need to vent about the political landscape or to vent about anything that's going on in today's culture, take it to perhaps Reddit, where you can type away and have constructive arguments with other people, but try not to bring that into your home, because it's going to create a negative space, and you're going to actually begin resenting the other person because you're in close quarters to them. You might not have the patience or the temperament to be dealing with conflict right now just because you are in a heightened anxious state. So I encourage you to let that go for now. Another thing is that this is an excellent time to work on your conversation skills. I have made a video on conversation that is actually quite old, but if you want to speed it up a little bit, or you can stomach like the poor editing, etc., I highly encourage you to go watch that video. But learn about different topics that you can integrate into your conversation, and learn how to truly listen to somebody else and the things to say to make somebody else feel comfortable. The feminine, again, is very focused with creating connections. If you aren't able to nurture your closest relationships to those you are sharing a house with, or even to those friends that you reach out to, this is going to really impede your femininity. Feminine women have strong and lasting connections with people that are in their lives. So remember that as you are interacting with those people that you are closest to. And the last topic kind of goes along with behavior, but it is cultivating and nourishing your mind. The sophisticated woman, like I've talked about in my previous video, but she also strives to higher education. Not necessarily in the formal sense, but she's always looking for ways to improve herself and to challenge her mind. What I actually recommend to you, because we are in a state of heightened anxiousness, is to nourish your mind with things that you enjoy. Many of us like femininity, elegant living, etc. I encourage you to take the time to actually listen to these practices and incorporate them. There are so many people out there on the internet who are offering free resources, free courses. This is something that I've actually not talked about a lot on this channel, but I encourage you to check the credentials of the person that is telling you this information before you consume it. This doesn't mean that this person has to have a PhD when they're talking to you about these topics, but you want to see what kind of life experience, what kind of things have they accomplished using what they are advocating for. This is one of the easiest and one of the most excellent ways to know that if you actually apply these principles, they're going to work for you. And when you are listening to somebody, even if you are listening to me, I encourage you to write some notes down or create a type of journal about whatever it is that you're trying to grow in your yourself, this is going to help you flip back and remember those topics. I would love to know down below how you strive to be more polished and sophisticated at home. Please leave me your tips. I'm always looking to improve myself as well, and I'm always looking to have a conversation with all of you. I love you all. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay quarantined, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.